Yes! Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your, well not mine, but your travel god of extreme Peter Joseph here for a late Tuesday night video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. It's hot! It's hot, ladies and gentlemen. It's really hot. Not here, but you know what I mean. But anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down there in my hot pants. They're hot, too. Ask your mom or your girlfriend. But anyway, subscribe to my channels all down below in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos from the past, now, in the future, Conan. But don't leave stupid comments. You'll get sent to the Shadow Realm and you'll never be seen again because Ozzy and Satan will come out and eat your soul. So don't do it. Go do it somewhere else. Because you ain't gonna do it on my channel. If you don't like that, well, that's too bad, mahoney. Suck my dick if you don't like it. Too bad, bitch. That's that. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because you miss anything, well, you need to get slapped in the face very violently, because you, fat boy, or SOL, you better know what that means by now, and I think we all know what that means. If you don't know what it means, what's wrong with you? And that's that. So, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, all that other good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal! We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. Get the nice, big, tasty cold one. Well, it's just a cold one, but you know what it is. It's Pepsi. We drink Pepsi here. We don't drink that much Coke here. But on the rare occasions, I do drink Coke. But drink Pepsi here, because that's the drink of champions. But I digress. But sit back, relax, grab yourself your own tasty cold one. Whether it's water, juice, milk, beer, I don't give a shit. But whatever you're drinking tonight, or whenever you watch my videos, put your feet up, grab yourself a cold one, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, well, fuck you, man! Go watch somebody else. I don't give a shit. But you're gonna watch me anyway because you love me so much. You do. And your moms and girlfriends love me even more. Proven fact. And that's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. On this hot, steamy, I mean, it is hot here. 72 degrees. And it's not even, it's 1:30 in the morning. It's hot. And I was out all day in this heat. And tomorrow's going to be hot too. 90 degrees almost tomorrow. Gets cools down a little bit on Thursday. Still hot Friday. And then by the weekend, by Monday, it's going to be like feeling like early spring, late winter. Back to 50-degree weather. Back to reality. And then it kind of, by next weekend, you know, gets back up to around 65, 70 degrees. So, little taste of summer for the next couple of days, then back to reality, and then, you know, a little bit warmer by the final official weekend of April. So, we're getting close to May, and you know what May brings? May flowers, and then all that other good shit. But, wherever you may be, hope it's nice and cool. If it's warm, well, crank that AC. I'm cranking it right now, actually. But, not cranking it all the way, but, you know. As long as that, I mean, my house is still a little bit warm, but, you know, it's roses here, so. But I digress. But, you know, we make, you know, it's hot. You gotta crank those ACs, you know, just a little taste. You crank those ACs just for now, and then you don't have to crank them for at least a little while. Well, probably another couple months. I don't think it's going to get back up to like 85, 90, even with the humidity, you know. But we'll see. We'll by the time we get to the unofficial start of summer, which is Memorial Day weekend, which is about a month away. So, we'll see what happens with that. Alright, enough about that bull funky. Hope you had a great Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. It's still WrestleMania week. We've got a few more days to go before we hit the greatest, well, not the greatest, but, you know, that time of year. It's WrestleMania season. WrestleMania week's upon us. People are going to be pretty much going to WrestleMania starting now or later tomorrow or Thursday, maybe Friday, who knows. But everybody's going to be emanating from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada Got SmackDown on Friday. Got the kickoff show at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. I think it's 5 or 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then right after that, got SmackDown. After that, we got the Hall of Fame. And then on Saturday, we got Night 1 and then Night 2. And then finish off WrestleMania week this coming Monday night for Monday Night Raw in Vegas. And then we're on the short road to Backlash. And then after that, we're going to Italy, my friends. We're going overseas at the end of May. May 31st is Clash in Italy. I believe that's going to start at 2 p.m. because, it's the time difference. 6-hour time difference. So it's going to start probably at 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll get an early pay-per-view, and then the rest of your Sunday, May 31st, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Go out, sleep, I don't give a fuck. But we'll see when we get there. We're not even there yet. But we got WrestleMania to worry about. But, gonna be a great time. I can't wait till WrestleMania. And I love WrestleMania. It was one of my favorite events in all of wrestling, next to the G1 and next to Wrestle Kingdom. But G1's coming up a couple months away, so we don't have to worry about the G1 right now, but, And that's that. But, ladies and gentlemen, after 6.5 minutes of spiel, which you clipped anyway, because you got nothing else to clip, but it is what it is. But on this late Tuesday night, April the 14th, 2026, or if you're watching later, it's tax day, my friends. It's April the 15th, 2026. It's tax day. I hope you paid your taxes. And if not, you better do it now. I mean, now. Don't do it then, but now. Do it now. I already found out what my tax return is. Not bad, but could have been a little bit more, but, a couple $100. Not $200, but it's more than that, like double that. But, about around $500. Not bad, but, probably more than your refund. But, if you make more, I don't give a shit. Because you're going to all spend it anyway. I'm saving it. Ha ha. I usually save my tax refunds for vacation, or if I want to buy, residual things, besides paying my bills, save a little bit to buy some merchandise, some band merchandise, some In This Moment stuff, or New Year's Day stuff, or maybe some, I don't buy CDs anymore. I just download all my shit from Spotify for free. But, if I want the physical copy, yeah, I'll buy it off Amazon or some shit. But it is what it is. So I save it for, an indie show, if I go to the movies, or, whatever me and the missus want to do, Go to Atlantic City. But, But, yeah, so I'm just waiting for, the checks to come in, and then put it in the bank, and then just save it for some bills, some merchandise coming up later, maybe later this year, or, I'm probably most likely going to save it for my vacation probably at the end of the summer, probably before, Labor Day weekend. Well, not the week before, like 2 weeks before, like sometime in mid-August, like maybe a week or two after, SummerSlam. I'm going on a mini vacation, not a long vacation, but I don't know, we'll see. I might go on a longer vacation. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, now, after 9 minutes of spiel, ladies and gentlemen, on your late Tuesday night, hope you did your taxes. If not, like I said, do them now. Because you don't want to have Mike Rotunda coming after you and kicking your ass. Did you pay your taxes? I hope you did. And if not, you're fucked. Not so much fucked, but, the IRS might come on and it's like, oh, you didn't pay your taxes last year. But it is what it is. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday Night Raw Review. For Monday night, April the 13th, 2026. The Raw before WrestleMania 42 this Saturday and Sunday night from Vegas. We got that. Was a pretty good show. Oba was on the show. Brock Lesnar, Roman, Punk at the end. It was fabulous. That segment was great. Even the beginning segment, I'll get to in a minute. But lots of things going on. Let's get into it. Let's not waste any more of your precious time. Alright, we are emanating from the Golden One. How fitting. The Golden One Center. Put up your ones and acknowledge your tribal chief as well. Every day we have to acknowledge Roman. Every day we acknowledge the tribal chief. I don't care what you say. But from the Golden One Center in Sacktown, Sacramento, California, Monday Night Raw emanated. And as always on Monday Night Raw, our commentary team, the legendary, should probably be in the Hall of Fame pretty soon, and that's Michael Cole, and Corey Slave. And that's that. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we start off the show, how fitting we start off with this guy, and it's, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest fucking wrestler in WWE right now. Well, pretty much not of all time, but, I think everybody's favorite wrestler, even your mom's favorite wrestler, and that's our tribal chief. Put up your fucking ones, ladies and gentlemen, and put it in the comments as well. Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. He starts the show, talks about how the fans trust him more than Phil. See him puke, because he's real with the fans. Your tribal chief, my tribal chief never lies to us. He never lies to me. Roman never lied in his life. I don't lie to you people. Do I ever lie to you people? No, I don't. I never lie. I bring facts. All these other fucktards on YouTube, they think that, oh, I showed this and that, I exposed Peter. You ain't exposed shit. You expose how dumb you are and how obsessed you are with me. You didn't expose shit. So, kiss my rosy red ass, Mahoney. And blow me like your mom and girlfriend do on a nightly basis. Because I love my super cock and I love the milk. Every night. Anyway. Alright, then we see some of Punk's recent actions and what Pat McAfee said about Punk. Roman's giving Punk one final chance to tell the truth later on in the night, at the end of the show. And this message was approved by your tribal chief. I love that. That was epic. That's gonna be a shirt, probably. If it isn't, it should be. I'd buy it. But I digress. So good promo, kind of weird. It's like, oh, this message is brought to you by my tribal chief. Remember how Punk said, I'm CM Punk and I approve this message. And then, Roman said it even better, though. But alright, so we see what happens at the end of Monday Night Raw with Phil and Joe and Roman and Punk. We'll see what happens with that. But opening segment, I'll be biased. 4.5 out of 5 stars. I don't give a fuck. It's Roman. And that's that. Alright, after that, we gotta look at the Brock Lesnar and the Gouda. Who? The Destroyer. Who? The Bringer of War. The Mountain You Cannot Conquer. That's a new one. And, that's Oba. Who? Femi. We saw what happened last week with that contract signing that really didn't, that went crazy. Nothing signed. So we got that. And then we come back live on Monday Night Raw to Adam Pearce and the Game. Triple H with his proboscis news in the middle of the ring. Alright, so in the ring to open the show, and they say, welcome to Monday Night Raw. And they say that Oba and Brock will sign the contract to the match on night 2, the open night 2. How fitting, that's going to be epic to open it. Top that. After that match, top that. Anyway, and they're going to sign the contract separately. So that brings out the wise man, the oracle, the big walrus. My name is Paul Heyman, who says no one will get close to Brock during WrestleMania Fight Week. So then Beastie comes out and goes to the ring, signs the contract, and he's like, ooh, thank you very much, tips his hat to Adam Pearce and Hunter. And then Heyman gets back on the mic, goes to talk about Oba, but then Brock's like, give me the fucking mic, Paul! Takes the mic and says, nobody's gonna even recognize Oba or even know his name at the Mania. Shit. And then Heyman wraps it up saying there will be a winner and a loser, and the winner will be Brock Lesnar. And we'll see, but we'll see what happens. I'm still going with Oba. I think Brock's going to put Oba over, even though he doesn't want to. I mean, if Oba loses, it doesn't really hurt him. As long as he looks strong in losing. But I think Oba is going to beat Brock. He's going to annihilate Brock. I'll be shocked if it is like an under 3-minute match. I don't think it will be. I think it's going to last like 5, maybe 10 minutes max. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Maybe Brock will lose gracefully in about 5-10 minutes and then get out of Vegas and, well, get out of Allegiant Stadium with Paul, if he's, well, unless he's just going to go leave Vegas, go back to Saskatoon, and kill an elk or something. I don't know. Probably will be the last time we see Brock. I don't know if he's advertised for Raw. I know Roman is. But they're saying, oh, Roman's not going to show up on Raw. Right. If he wins the title, he's got to show up on Raw the next night. You know, Punk is going to be on Raw this Monday night, sulking and asking for a rematch, which he'll lose. Take your loss and go fuck yourself, Punk. That's that. Alright, so we'll see what happens on on Sunday night to open night 2 of WrestleMania with Oba and BC, and that's that. Alright, so I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. Then we can look at the setup for the WrestleMania 6-man tag team match between the Vision of Logan Paul and Austin Theory, along with the idiot YouTuber IShowSpeed, against the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, and Eli Drake. That's not an insult. That's a fact of life. Yeah. Alright, so we go to a video of Austin Theory and Logan Paul training with IShowSpeed, who's worried due to the whole, I'm not a wrestler! Yeah, you're not, but you got cut in half by freaking, Braun Breaker at last year's, Royal Rumble. Shit. And then Randy kicked your ass like a whole how many times? And then you were training with Randy? Anyway, they tell him it doesn't matter what they think, so he gets in the ring with the Vision. And then we see Idris Enofe. He's still in the company? I thought he left. We see Dante Chen and Idris Enofe. I don't know how they're still on the roster. Go figure that one out. But, here, hey, spring cleaning is coming. Bye to you two. Hopefully. I mean, what do they do? They just, I know they're in Evolve, maybe. Once in a while they'll be on Evolve. Like, who cares? I mean, Malik Blade is gone. So, Idris Enofe, goodbye. We'll see you on TNA or in AEW doing nothing. Back on the indie circuit. Dante Chen will probably go back to China. I don't know where. Who cares? What did Dante Chen ever do? Yeah, maybe he had that little feud with Carl Fredericks. We all know him as what was his name? I can't even think of his name. The Indian guy. No, not Veer. That stupid gimmick he had. But we all know him as Carl Fredericks from New Japan. But anyway. So, that was the only good thing Dante Chen had. Anything else? Nobody cares. Idris Enofe, yeah, him and Malik Blade. And then you had, I forgot her name. The chick. I think she's gone too. I forgot her name. But, anyway, nobody really cared for Malik Blade and Idris Enofe, because pretty much they were jobbers, and they were in the NXT tag team title picture, but never won it. But yeah, came close. But you know, but then I think both one of both of them got hurt, and then on the coming back, Burry did nothing. It is what it is. Anyway, Speed hits a very nice high cross body, and then an aggressive Boston Crab, almost like a lion tamer, by Jericho. And then he's like, I'm ready to go! I'm ready to go! Yeah. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. Usos, there is no reason that IShowSpeed should beat the Usos or Eli Drake. There is no reason why he should get the pin. Just because he's a celebrity. But knowing Hunter, or if it comes down to Ari Emanuel, it's like, I want the celebrities all to win. Fuck him. Fuck TKO. Fuck Ari Emanuel. Pretty much fuck Nick Khan and, well, not so much Hunter, but, you don't want to fuck me, okay, shut up. We get that. So we'll see what happens, in that 6-man tag team match. And that's that. Alright, finally, we go to the arena with our first match of the night. We go to the ladies, we have the Queen, Charlotte Flair, taking on the Bird Lady, Lyra Kitty, and Odyssey Bitch from Ireland. Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley! Give me a hug. They're out there. And it was a pretty back and forth match. For 10.5 minutes, but it was alright. Nothing great. We go to break with, Lyra hitting a top rope axe kick. For all things, an axe kick, for a near fall. Booker T might have liked that one. Oh yeah, man! Okay. But her moonsault, hits Ray's knees. Charlotte's moonsault of her own connects for a near fall. Goes for natural selection, it gets blocked. And then someone like a fisherman's buster gives Lyra a near fall. And then Charlotte throws her onto Bayley. And to get back in, Charlotte tries a fruit roll-up, but Bayley's like, fuck that! Trips her down. It looked like right in front of the referee. Where's the DQ there, ref? Huh? Anyway, so she trips Charlotte, and Lyra just, like, falls on top of her. 1, 2, 3. A big win for Lyra. She beats former women's champion Charlotte Flair. And that's that. Match was sloppy. 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, we get a big old stare down between both teams. And it doesn't get too physical, but, Charlotte's like pushing Bayley. Bayley's pushing Alexa Bliss. Everybody's pushing, shoving. We get nothing. I'm not even looking forward to this women's tag team title match. I'm not looking forward to it, and I don't even care who wins. Because we still don't know if Nikki Smelly Bell is even going to be cleared to compete. And we don't even know what's happened with Asuka, Kairi, and Io. They scrapped the Asuka versus Io match. Why? Why? Oh, they're not good for WrestleMania? Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Oh, Nikki Bella hurt her ankle. We don't know what's going on. Scrap them! Fuck them! Who gives a fuck about the Bellas? Fuck those bitches. Put Asuka and Kairi there and have Io do something on Sunday night. Or just say, you know what? Let's put Julia and Kiana James in that spot, and then Sunday night, you have Asuka, Io. Because you only have 6 fucking matches on Sunday. You're not going to put Asuka and Io in that spot? No, we're going to put Asuka and Kairi on night 1 because Nikki Bella can't continue. Who cares? Who cares? Get the Bellas out of there. Put Julia and freaking Julia and Kiana James in that spot. I mean, seriously. You're not going to have Asuka and Io in that spot when it's one of the best fucking feuds on Raw? It fits Mania. I don't understand. I don't give a shit about fucking time constraints. I don't give a shit about, oh, we can't fit him on the card. Bullshit. Bullshit. And then, oh, where's Tiffany Stratton? What's she gonna do at Mania? Just look good? Well, that's one thing, but still. No Poppy Priest? I don't get it. I do not get it. How can you just keep them off fucking WrestleMania? Oh, we're gonna put them on Friday night, right before Mania. Stupid. Stupid. Oh, we're gonna have Julia defend against Tiffany Stratton on the Friday before Mania. Oh, that's great. Oh, we're gonna have Tiffy win on Friday night, when she should have won at fucking Mania. Oh, Poppy Priest and R-Truth are gonna defend the tag team belts on a Friday night. Whoop-de-fuck-de-doo. Against who? Who cares? Poppy Priest not on Mania, and he won the belt last year? EO had a fucking epic match where she retained the title against Bianca and Mommy Rhea Ripley, and she's not on Mania? What? I don't understand that. You have 7 matches on Saturday night. You can put an extra one on Saturday. You can put an extra one or 2 on Sunday. Time constraints my fucking ass. Fuck WrestleMania at this point. I'm only interested in the main matches I actually want to see. Owen, Brock, Punk and Roman. The ladder match for the Intercontinental title. Not so much Seth and Walter, but, you know, everything else, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the mid-card shit. I don't care. We're not getting Asuka and Io. Why we're not getting it? Because of the Bella sluts. Fuck those whores. Fuck them. Not literally, but fuck them. Take them out. Take them out of the match, Hunter. Announce it on Friday at the kickoff show. Say, oh, Nikki Bella's not clear to wrestle when she's really cleared. But we're not going to put the Bellas in there. We're going to have them at Backlash. That's what I would do. It's like, oh, Nikki, you know what? We don't need you at Mania. Let's rest your fucking broke ankle, your stupid broke body. Come back at Backlash. We'll give you a tag team title match against the winner of the Fatal 4-Way. We're just going to put Julia and Kiana James in that space. And then we're going to have Asuka and Asuka and Io. And then Kyrie in there, you know what I mean? But no! We're gonna keep 4 big stars off, where are we? 5 big stars off Mania. Chad Gable's not on because he's doing Triple A with Luffy Kaiser. You know, the Mask vs. Mask match at the end of this month, I think. What's next month for Noche de Grande, you know, the Night of Nights, whatever it's called. Not a champ. But basically, I was gonna say the Triple A version of Night of Champions, but I don't know. I am fucking pissed. I'm gonna do a longer rant, probably maybe tomorrow or maybe Thursday, about how WrestleMania is probably gonna suck. It probably is, but I'm not gonna say it's not gonna suck, but I mean, man, you don't have EO. If they don't fix this by Friday night, you're leaving EO, Asuka, Kyrie, Tiffany Stratton, Poppy Priest. You're leaving them off Mania when they were, like, red hot last year. That is sad. And you have an extra match. You even have to announce it Friday. Just like, oh, on Sunday at the pre-show. You know, you have the panel go, oh, we have an extra match. You know, or Michael Cole says at the beginning of night 2, we have an extra match. We have EO versus Asuka for the custody of Kyrie. But mean, it's 3 days before, 4 days before WrestleMania Night 1. 5 days before, no, take that back. 4 days before Night 2. 3 days before Night 1. And we don't have Asuka, Kairi, Io, Tiffany Stratton, or Poppy Priest on the WrestleMania card. That is sad. Sad. They're not going to get a big paycheck or anything. They're just going to sit. We'll probably still be there, but they'll be in the crowd. But they really should be in that very ring. I don't know. Alright. I'm not going to go any further with that. Yeah. Alright. After all that, after what happened with the women's, Charlotte and Bayley and Lexi and Lyra Valkyria, with the stare down at the end, then we go to Eli Drake and the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. They're ready for WrestleMania. They're in the back. They're all ready to go. They're all, they're just ready for WrestleMania. And then, out of nowhere, Solo Mibuki and the MFTs, JC Mateo, Toa Leona, and Hikuleo, without Tama Tonga. They're in the back. They come up to them to interrupt. Solo insults Eli Drake, calls him an embarrassment. So Eli wants a 6-man tag team match later on with any of the MFTs that are still there. So we get that later. But we move on. Alright, so I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a clip from the Hulk Hogan Brother Real American documentary, which comes out next Friday. I think it's the 23rd. 22nd or 23rd, so I think it's next Wednesday or Thursday, I think. But anyway, so we see a clip from that, basically focused on the original NWO turn. The turn of all turns, where we never thought that freaking Hulk Hogan, of all people, the man who said, train, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and believe in old Hulk, sir, brother. Nobody knew that Hulk Hogan would ever turn heel, and he turned heel at Bash at the Beach, 96. And that led to the Monday Night Wars, which WCW won for 82 straight weeks. And then Vince is like, oh, we need attitude. And then, Tony Baloney Schiavone opened his big mouth, saying, oh, Mankind's gonna win the world title on a freaking tape show. Should have never opened his mouth. I bet you nothing. If Tony Baloney never opened his mouth and said that on that Nitro, I don't even think we'd get a sniff of the Attitude Era. But, Tony Baloney opened his big mouth, and then WCW pretty much started going in the gutter. And then pretty much got flushed down the toilet in 2000 2001, the ECW was basically gone the next year. Then they had the ECW, the Invasion, which I loved. Not the first one, but the second one from 2001 to 2. And then pretty much after that, WCW was gone. ECW had, they didn't have any event till 2005, I think it was 2006 and 7, with One Night Stand, which I was at both at the Hammerstein. Then ECW became his own brand, what I called WWECW F. WWECW, basically. And Vince killed that. We all know why. Became the champion and pretty much destroyed the spirit of ECW. And ECW was gone. The last champion was of all people, Ezekiel Jackson. Ugh. I mean, it had its decent, there's a couple of ECW on Sci-Fi that were pretty decent, but pay-per-view wise, not so good. December to Dismember. Ugh. One of the worst pay-per-views in wrestling history. I get that. But, yeah. When Hogan turned, everyone was like, what? And then we waited how long for Cena to turn, and how that turned out? It was good when it happened at the Elimination Chamber, and it went, it was a good 6 months And then the experiment's like, oh no, this is not doing it. It's not going anywhere. And then Cena had to turn back to being a face. Yep, the experiment started off okay, but then you add in that idiot Travis Scott. That derailed the whole fucking run. The whole heel turn was just bad. Bringing in Travis Scott and Ari Emanuel idea. Kill him. Goodbye. Killed it. He killed it. The Cena heel turn. Killed it. Anyway, it was still a good retirement tour for the and the first couple months of the Cena heel turn were good, but it just having Travis Scott there was just a mistake in my eyes, but it is what it is. Moving on. Alright, then La Primera, the Raw Women's Champion, Stephanie McMahon, she comes out for a kitty cat, but Liv Morgan pops up from behind and shows her right into Kathy Kelly, and Kathy Kelly, holy shit, did you take a bump? And then agents and referees have to break it all up. Good luck with that. Liv grabs the mic, calls Stephanie a little bitch. It's like, I didn't know your mom raised a little bitch. Throws the mic at Stephanie, who picks it up, screaming in Spanish. They get back in the ring, they brawl again. Then they have to be separated again, and they take Liv out, and Liv's eyes are like bugging out of her freaking head. She looked like Gollum from freaking Lord of the Rings. Precious! Precious! And her eyes like, ah! And her new music video, Trouble, came out the same day, and which is gonna be her new theme song. It's a banger. It's not totally bad. It's catchy. I like it. Wish it would have had Dominant, but but there's Trouble. But we're gonna see what happens on, I think it's night 1 for the Raw Women's Championship. Stephanie McMahon and Liv Morgan. So, I don't know how that's going to go. I'm going with Liv, but I have a feeling that Raquel Rodriguez might cost Liv. Or maybe Roxy. No, I don't think Roxy's going to turn. I think Raquel is going to turn. So, she could turn during the match or maybe after the match. And then maybe a backlash. We have Liv versus Raquel, or we hold that off till Italy. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, Royal Brawl, 2.5 out of 5 stars. They'll get a video for Mommy, Rhea Ripley, and Jade Cargill for the SmackDown Women's Championship, including Io, my girl Io, being taken out on Monday Night Raw last week, and then Jade just annihilating her on SmackDown, which really Io should have lost gracefully. And still, if they would have done Asuka and Io at Mania, the loss wouldn't have really hurt Io that much. But, WWE too stupid! Look at that. Speaking of my girl Io, she's in the back. Was looking pretty. And then, my first and second amazingly hot Asian wives come in. Speaking of Asuka, nobody is ready for Asuka, set my dick. And then, Kairi Sane. The Kabuki Warriors come up to Io. Asuka calls Io Mommy Rhea Ripley's sidekick. But Io tries to tell Kairi, you don't need to listen to this crap. Stop getting abused by your senpai, which is, Asuka. So Asuka cuts her off and then says, you are going to face Kairi later on in that ring. And Kairi's like, oh, what? And then Kairi's like, no, I don't want to face my sister. And then Asuka's like, you're a good girl. You fight. Yes, you're a good girl. We good. And then they leave, and Io's like, I'm sorry. So we got Io and Kairi one-on-one. I mean, it's great, but, you know, I don't want to see my women fight! I'm getting verklempt. I want to cry. I'll give you a topic. WrestleMania, how bad it's gonna suck. Discuss. Okay. I'm good. We move on. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Alright, then we get to the 6-man tag team match with the Usos and Eli Drake taking on the MFTs of Solo Mibuki, Jason Mateo, and Toa Liona. Hikuleo at ringside doesn't really do anything. I mean, Hikuleo has only been in a couple matches, nothing one-on-one as far as I know. I don't know why they're not even utilizing him. But anyway, it was a pretty decent match. Jay low brings Solo to the floor. Solo sends him over the announcer's table to then hit Michael Cole. Damn. And then out of nowhere, Tama Tonga, who wasn't with them in that earlier segment, he comes out and stares at Solo. Solo's like, what are you doing here? Right? And that distraction let Eli give Toa Liona the BFT 1, 2, 3 in under 7 minutes. They get the win. So it looks like, and I think we've seen this over the last couple of weeks on SmackDown, Tama costing the MFTs the match. He had Bo Dallas and Uncle Howdy get the lantern back. I bet you nothing. I think the final straw will be this Friday night on SmackDown in that street fight between I think it's all of them. I think it's an 8-man tag team match. Or I think it's a 6-man. It has to be a 6. No, wait. No, 8-man. I was right before. Because you got Eric Rowan, Uncle Howdy, Gacy, Dexter against Jason Mateo, the Girls of Destiny, and Solo. And then Kuyo will be on the outside doing nothing. And that's that. So I think Tama will cost the MFTs the match. And then maybe later on in the show, Solo kicks him out of the MFTs. And Tama says, I don't need you guys. I'm going to go with this guy. I'm going to hang out with my old friend from Japan. And that's, that rhymed by the way. And that's Shinsuke Nakamura. She's like, join me. Because Shinsuke's going to form a faction with him and Tama. Maybe Toa Liona joins them too, but I mean, we'll see. And that's that. I think the MFTs are going to split. We'll see. And that's that. Alright, match-wise, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alrighty. And we get that. Alright, we get that. Alright, then we look at Pat McAfee and Cody's segment from SmackDown last week, which resulted in Randy beating the fuck out of Jelly Roll. Like, Joey Donut. So we get that. And we'll move on. See what happens on Friday night. I think Cody put up on his, I saw something on X where Cody put up something on his Twitter where he was driving to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy, and somebody was saying that, oh, he's gonna beat up Pat McAfee and get his undisputed title back. Like he's gonna beat up Pat McAfee on site on his show or some shit. He might, because they showed a video of him driving on the highway to Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, then showing him getting in his Lear jet. I don't know if that video was after he got off the jet or before he got on the jet. I don't know. Don't care. Cody's gonna get his ass handed to him on Saturday night against Randy. So that's that. And that's going to lead to the tag team match at Backlash, which is going to suck too. But, anyway. Alright, Walter comes out. And for a little chitty chat. But then Seth freaking Rollins, he runs in, knocks Walter to the outside. Beats him up a little bit. And Seth gets on the mic and says, Walter, I heard you say this was personal between us last week. And I want to know why. So Walter's like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm going to the back. I'm going to go take a shit or something. He says, come on, Walter, come in. We're not going to fight. We're going to talk. Right. So Walter hesitantly gets in the ring, grabs the mic, goes literally face to face with Seth, and says, it's pissed me off to hear that you talk about how you're the best in the world when you're not. You're not even best. You're better than Punk, but you're not the best in the world. We all know that's Roman. Anyway, so Walter says, when I was world champion and going for the best competition in the world, you became Paul Heyman's lackey. And it's personal to me because I want to prove I'm the best in the world. Well, you retired Cena. You retired Goldberg. You know? You're going to retire Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, eventually. So that's that. Then they just, shove each other. Fight is on. Seth knocks him to the floor. Goes for the stomp on the steps. Walter avoided that. And goes into the crowd. I thought that Seth was going to, run after him, but obviously did not. So, we'll see what happens with that. So, Walter versus Seth freaking Rollins at Mania. I think Seth is probably going to win that match. I wouldn't be surprised if Walter... I think if Walter does win, then he said to Heyman, you owe me more than a thank you. Which the favor is Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Which BC's going to be really mad. What did you do, Paul? And then BC in his hometown go bye-bye. No more Brock Lesnar after August 1st or 2nd. And I can bet you, I would dare say that Brock Lesnar goes to the Hall of Fame next year. Because Cena retired in December, and then he's in the he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. He should be, but he's not. He retired, and he's hosting Mania. What if Brock loses in August, and then later on, by the end of the year, we find out, hey, Brock! Taker, Taker, the GOAT of all GOATs of the modern era, the Undertaker comes out and says, hey, Beastie, he comes out by himself. He doesn't have to, go to Saskatoon. He comes out on a random episode of Raw or SmackDown and says, I want to talk about one of my main rivals, and that's Brock Lesnar. And I'm like, oh, I know where this is going. He says, hey, Brock, I want to invite you to the Hall of Fame. So, that'll probably be, I would dare to say, in Saudi Arabia, because, if they do it in Saudi Arabia, depending on this goddamn war, we're just really going nowhere. No, we want to talk to the Iranians. The Iranians like, oh, we don't want to talk to you. Now they're going back to the table to see, if they can get, the whole fucking shit with the Strait of Hormuz. I'm like, who gives a fuck? Oh, we need the oil to go through. And the Iranians like, no, we're not letting you through. We're gonna steal your oil, and your gas prices are going up to $4.15. We're at $4.19. My area is $4.05 right now. $4.05. 2 months ago it was $2.78. That's why more people are using mass transit, even though that, uses fuel. Same thing with the airplanes. I mean, everything needs fuel. But, you're paying almost over $100 a barrel for gasoline and oil. It's insane. Take a bike! No. Yeah, people are gonna be using bikes to go to work soon. Oh, I'm gonna go to the city on a bike. Take me 3 hours to get there. I just have to get over the Brooklyn Bridge or the Manhattan Bridge or whatever bridge. Leaving at 2 o'clock in the morning just to get to work. It's a reality. Pretty soon, if this war doesn't stop, we might be hitting like $6 for gas in New York City. And on like California, but like $35. I'm exaggerating, but I think it's like $9 in now. I don't even know. Everything's going up. Inflation's still sky high. Prices of eggs, groceries are going up again. What else is new? I remember when this was $1. I get certain stores, they charge $2.50, $2.75. This I got for $2, $2 at my local grocery store. $2 for that. And then you want to get a 2-liter, it's like $4.25 at certain grocery stores that don't price gouge. I know some grocery stores like price gouge, and they should be really, arrested for that shit and closed down. But the ones I go to, they don't charge that much. They charge like $3.75, I think it's really around $4. Certain ones they charge $4. There's other ones they charge $3.50, $3.75 for a 2-liter. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna get it from Amazon. Fuck that. Amazon still charges around $3, $4 too, but everything, not a lot of people go into the supermarket because everything is freaking expensive. So you got to go to Amazon, to go to Whole Foods online and see if you can find something cheap. Get the organic eggs or get something that's not so expensive. That's what I do. Sometimes I'll go to the supermarket if I need to get something from the supermarket. Like cold cuts, which is expensive too, but But the stuff I get usually is from Amazon, or I get most other stuff from Target, or I get it from Whole Foods, or my random supermarket like Walgreens or CVS or whatever. But times are changing. Back in my day, I remember an eggs was like $3.50. Now it's like $9, $10 for a thing of eggs. I mean, insane. Yeah, so Walter and Seth, it's going to be a barn burner at Mania. I think Walter is going to win it and then get that favor from Paul to face Brock Beastie at SummerSlam. I don't think they're even going to talk about it until maybe June. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to set it up after Mania. I mean, we'll see. But that's that. Alright, moving on. So I gave that segment 3.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get a video for it, which was narrated by the host of WrestleMania, John Cena, advertising Club WWE, which is basically a way to get fans exclusive access to various things. No more, don't even know how much it costs. It's like WWE kind of delving into Honor Club. It's like, it's like WWE.com. We're gonna watch everything for $9.99. It's gonna be like $9.99, some shit like that. But I don't think anybody's gonna even get it. I'm not getting it. I don't even fucking care. I don't want to get it. Exclusive access to merchandise. Doesn't every promotion have that? Basically, the main ones, WWE, AEW, TNA, Ring of Honor, they have exclusive access to things. I know Ring of Honor has that with Honor Club. I don't know if TNA has that, but AEW has My AEW. You can watch classic Dynamites and I think it's just Dynamite and Collision. Oh, not so much Collision, but Rampage. And I don't know if they have any episodes of Dark or Elevation, shit like that. But mostly it's Dynamite on my AEW, and I get it for free. I think all of us get it for free if you have my AEW. So, but in any case, if you want access to Ring of Honor TV, you gotta go through Honor Club. Except for me because I'm Mr. VIP. Back then, you had to pay I think it was like $6.99 a month to get to watch, to get access to Ring of Honor's website and watch the TV show, and to get exclusive. There would be exclusive matches and shit like that, and you can be the first one to buy tickets for like Final Battle or something like that. But if you wanted to do it for the year, you had to pay. Well, I paid $60 for a year. I think it was $60 to $120, which wasn't bad at the time. This was 2014-15-ish, I think. It was good. I got the good stuff, man. I didn't even have to pay like $6.99 a month. I just waited for the year to end, and then I get a notification. Oh, your subscription is going to end soon. Do you want to renew? And usually, I think it renewed by itself, or you had to pay for another year. So that was good. That was nice. So I wish they did that. I wish like WWE, if WWE Club wants to get a lot of people to sign up, or Club WWE, I should say, they want to get people to sign up for this shit. Do what Ring of Honor used to do. Have it for like $6.99 or $9.99, and then for a month, and then if you want to get it for the year, you pay $19.99. You pay maybe not $19.99 a month, or for the year. For the year, probably be about $120, which is not a bad deal. But I mean, I don't know what the ticket price. Oh, the ticket. Sorry, I don't know what the cost of Club WWE is gonna be. But we'll see what happens when they actually get it off and running. But I would not be surprised if they say it's $9.99. I would not be surprised. Because, I mean, Netflix is $8.99 now, because it went up $1. A whole dollar. I mean, that's with ads. So, but I get it for free because I got Dish. I got it 2 years with Dish for free. It was supposed to be $7.99 with my package, but I got a price lock on that. I got $10 off my package, and I got 2 years free of Netflix. So, and I started that with a price lock. I started in November, and then Netflix is in October. So I got a year and a half left. So that doesn't end till really by the end of 2027. Really, is when my price locks end, and then my bill is gonna go up to like I think probably be about $110, $120 for the main package I'm on now. I mean, we'll see, but by that time I'll have so much money I don't even have to worry about it. I don't have to really worry about my cable bill or my internet bill. No, I'm even paying a lot for both of them. Both of them combined, my cable and internet combined, I'm paying $150. $75 for each, which is great. Got fiber speed, which comes and goes, but it's good. But I don't have to pay a lot for my muffler for fiber internet at amazing speed. And my package, it's not the greatest, but it took TNT off, but I got it back because I got the package, and I didn't have to pay for TNT. It's like, oh, you gotta pay $10 for TNT. I'm like, fuck no. Fuck no, I get TNT Plus or whatever, I can watch TNT. I can watch Collision. I could just watch Collision on the computer for free too. So with illegal, watchwrestling.com or some shit like that. But it is what it is. All right. So yeah, Club WWE coming soon to a computer near you. Let me get that. Alright, then we see some smoke and red lights flashing around. What is this, a new wrestler? Nope. It's Finn Balor the Demon. He's back to face Dominic Guerrero ese. So, Demon Finn Balor, Carnage, is coming back to face Dom Dom, who's not happy about that. He's with Adam Pearce, and he's like, "How did you let this happen? I didn't sign on to face Demon Finn Balor. I signed on to face Finn Balor. So I want the match canceled." So Adam Pearce is like, "Oh, no, that ain't happening." He's like, "I don't care." He's like, "I don't care if you talk about your dad acting like he's a loser," meaning Ray. We all know Eddie's his Poppy. Eddie's sleeping right now. So he's like, I don't care for you talking about your dad like he's a loser. And he's like, "Dom, go look in the mirror because you're gonna get what you deserve. Probably." I would be shocked if Dom beats Demon Finn Balor. Are we gonna see Demon Ito? Maybe. It'll be funny if we see Mr. Iguana. Is he helping Dom, or is he just being there? And then Demon Ito comes like, "Rrrr." I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then we get to Io and Kairi. One-on-one. Eventually, Asuka shows up. And, Io, I think she's going for over the moonsault. Or some type of high-flying move. Asuka stopped her at one point. And then Io got all mad and then dives onto the Asuka. And then Kairi gets knocked down. Asuka sends Io into the ring post. Ow! And that brought up Mommy Rhea Ripley. And I was like, "Come on, Mommy, come on!" He rolls up his sleeves like, "Oh, what a fight!" And then they start brawling. And then out of nowhere, Jade Cargill runs Mommy Rhea Ripley over like a freight train. Knocks her down. And Io's like, And then Kairi dives on the Jade. She dives on the Jade because Jade attacked Asuka. Asuka breaks up the over the moonsault once again. And then Kairi with a fruit roll up, 1, 2, 3, in just under 10 minutes. Not mad about it, but Kairi gets the win, thanks to Asuka, and Murray thanks to Jade. So she gets the win, and pretty much, nothing after that. Io's crying up a storm. And lately, Io's been jobbing. I'm like, why? I don't get it. I don't get why Io, who had a fabulous 2025, and even into early 2026, she was good with Mommy Rhea Ripley being the tag team champions for the first 2, almost 3 months, and then after they lost the titles, Io just went, pfft. Mommy's like, "Okay, I won the, I win the Elimination Chamber. I think she won the Royal. No. She won the Elimination Chamber. Goes on to face Jade. In that span, they lost the tag team titles. Io understood that Mommy won the Chamber. We go our separate ways. I go for Raw Women's Championship. You go for SmackDown. I always have your back. Even if we go our separate ways, I have your back. So, we got all that. And that's it. But sucks that Io lost. Just sucks. And that's it. Match-wise, it was decent. 3 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then, Oba! Who? Family, he comes out, signs the contract. And then Paul Heyman pops up on stage saying, I've never seen a guy get so much love, you know, when they first started as you did, Oba. And Oba is the most talked about person next to Brock Lesnar, stuff like that. So fans start chanting for Oba, which annoys Paul Heyman. Says everything comes crashing down for Brock at, Oba's like, everything's gonna come crashing down for you at Mania, but don't worry, my door will always be open to you after Mania. So the fans are like, beat his ass! So Oba's like, you're lucky I don't come out there and kick your ass. And Oba's like, those scars will heal, the emotional beating after he destroys Brock, those won't go away. There are 25 years of history that Brock can't be beaten, but Oba has 4 weeks of evidence that he can beat him. He's pretty much beat him for the last month. And he's like, it's time to end the beast once and for all. Everybody can feel it. You know it. I know it. The guy in the 15th row knows it. Popcorn guy knows it. And Oba's like, Paul, you've been Brock's mouthpiece for so long that you've never been an honest, wise man. If you were honest, you would have come out here and said that Brock was scared. I'm the mountain that Brock can't climb and can't conquer. And I'm going to slay the beast at WrestleMania. That's it. Yeah, and then he just signs a contract. Paul's like scared like a little bitch. And then Hunter's like, good job, good job, good job! That's that. And that's it. So we see what happens with Oba and Brock. Like I said, if Oba loses, I won't be totally mad about it, but as long as he looks strong in losing, I'm okay with that. As long as you do something with him at Backlash, you can make him win there and Clash in Italy. And then see what he does by SummerSlam. I wouldn't be mad if we see Oba and Roman for the title at SummerSlam Night 2. I mean, if Oba beats Roman, I'm not mad about it. I won't be mad. I'll be mad that Roman's title reign was like, 4 months? 3.5 months, almost 4? That's that. Alright, we move on. Alright, then we get the music video for Trouble by Liv Morgan, which is going to be her new theme song. I'd like for her to perform it at Mania. I think we're going to see that. With her dancers and, you know, Liv coming out looking hot. You know, you get that. Alright, then we get to a tag team match player with your boy is Bouncy Javon Evans and a guy named Dragon Lee. They take on JD McDumpfuck and Alexander Rusev. Rusev slash CJ Perry pussy. Yeah. Hi CJ, how you doing? Anyway, because she's friends with Issa now. Love it. Hey, if you see her in Vegas, tell her I said hello. Let me move on. This is a pretty meh tag team match. Getting to the end, we go to break, come back, Dragon Lee's running Hurricanrana sends JD McDumpfuck into Rusev, but JD is able to catch him with a running Spanish fly. So Javon comes back with a flippy kick to the head, then a humongous, big, flippy dippity-doo takes Rusev out, and then Dragon Lee rolls up JD McDumpfuck for a near fall, then hits him with a Styles Clash. 1, 2, 3. Javon Evans and Dragon Lee pick up the win over JD McDumpfuck and Rusev in a pretty decent match. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Rusev destroys Dragon Lee and Javon and even JD McDumpfuck after that. And then Rey Mysterio, booyaka, booyaka. He comes in for the save, but then he gets taken out by Rusev. And then the Intercontinental Champion, Pentagon Zero Miedo. He comes out, clears the ring. Actually, no. He comes out, Rusev clears the ring again, takes out JD McDumpfuck even more, grabs the accolade on Dragon Lee, fucks him in the ass and make him humble, basically. And then he gets cranked way back. I was like, oh, he's gonna break Dragon Lee's back, and he won't even be in the match. Not that he should be in the match, but he's not gonna win. It's gonna be a great match. I think it's gonna be one of the show stealers on, I believe it's on night 2. And I'm going with Javon. If Javon does not win that match, I'm gonna be, be mad. I think Javon's gonna hit a OG ghillie cutter from the top of the fucking ladder. Or in some type of variation to that. Like what Sammy did to Cody a few years ago on Dynamite. Remember that? That was an epic cutter. But we move on. Alright, then we get the WrestleMania rundown. And then after that, we're in Adam Pearce's office once again. He's on the phone with, I don't know who, somebody. And then, Mr. Danhausen! I will curse you. He comes in, and he wants to talk to John Cena, or he thinks he's on the phone with, Adam Pearce is on the phone with John Cena. And Adam's like, no, it's not John, he's not on the phone. And then Mr. Danhausen's like, well, I hope I can see him at WrestleMania. And then Adam Pearce just like, he's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, can I call you back? And he turns around, Mr. Danhausen's gone. Very nice, very evil. I'm going out of here. Got it. That's that. And we move on. Alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that. Then we get to the final segment of the night. Roman and Punk. So Roman comes out and says, Sacramento! Acknowledge me! Which Sacramento does. And then you knew CM Punk was going to come out right after because Roman just can't go on with his promo if Punk is not there. So Punk comes out from the crowd instead of the aisleway, cut him off, takes his sweet as fuck time getting to the ring. I'm like, oh, we're getting close to 10:30, let's go! So he gets on the announcer's table and talks about watching the open to the show. And says, tell me when I'm telling lies, Roman. And Roman says, if you get in this ring, we're not going to need any mics. And Hunter today on, I think it was on ESPN, he was saying that Roman and Punk were very close to fighting in the backstage area. I wouldn't be surprised. And he's like, we got to get this match. We got to get to Sunday before they annihilate each other. So something might happen on Friday at the kickoff show. That they go at it and, they gotta get a pull apart. That's gonna work. Something's gonna happen Friday at the kickoff show. If not on SmackDown. I doubt it's on SmackDown, but probably at the kickoff show. Alright, so anyway. So Punk gets, Punk eventually gets in the ring and he's like, I don't hate you, but I envy you. Oh, yeah, because you never hit 13, 16 in your life, Punk. And Punk's like, I'm mad at that, you held the WWE hostage for 1,316 days, blah, blah, blah. This is all me. And, he keeps saying, tell me when I'm telling lies. He's telling some facts here and there, but Roman's like, finally, you actually, there is some truth to some of what you said. But, until the end of your statement where you said, I'm going to walk out of WrestleMania as still the champ, Roman's like, well, everything you said was true, except for the end. And after Sunday night, it's not going to be and still, it's going to be and new champion, Because the Nostalgia Act is over. You know, after Sunday, we fixed the mess that you made. And I'm the tribal chief. I'm going to take over again. And you and everyone else will acknowledge me, which they will. And then they have an epic stare down to end the show. You know, I really think that cold open, you know, with him saying, especially as it's been approved by the tribal chief. You didn't need that. You didn't really need that promo, but, you know, Roman should have just came out, said that in the promo, and then Phil comes out and says, oh, you know, blah, blah, blah. They go back and forth on the mic a little bit, you know, and then Roman would have ended it like he did here. He says, you know what, Phil, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm going to annihilate you. I'm going to humble you. And after Sunday, you're going to be on the couch with your wife, watching me hold the belt for another 1,316 days. And all you're going to do is sit at home and lick your wounds with your wife, you know. Like, get some heel heat on that. And then if Punky Brewster got all mad about it, Roman would have knocked him out. So, that's that. So, good ending segment. So, I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars. And that ends the Raw before WrestleMania. So, 3 matches in 2.5 hours. So, most of Raw was just, you know, storyline, not much storyline build, but segments. Felt like an episode of TNA. But it is what it is. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for Raw. I thought Raw was pretty good. It was number 6 on Netflix, which is better than nothing. But it was a good show. So I gave it 7.25 out of 10 stars. And that's that. Let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. You can do your own video if you like. But like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's it. So let's talk about Monday Night Raw in the comments section. And that's that. Don't forget to like the video. Please hit that subscribe button down below. And subscribe to my other channels as well. Don't forget that. Leave a comment if you wish, but don't leave stupid comments, because you're not gonna see it. You're gonna get blocked, sent to the Shadow Realm, and never be seen again. And that's it. Just don't be stupid. I don't want to say be yourself, but act your fucking age, not your dick size, but which is very small, and like your brain. But you know, you got these stupid comments. Just do it on somebody else's channel. Not gonna do it on mine. You know, like it tough shit. And that's that. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna try to record my Dynasty review, and then later tomorrow we're gonna talk about Rebellion, and we're gonna talk about NXT, and then get ready for Dynamite. Thursday, early Thursday, we will talk about Dynamite, and if I get a chance to, I will do Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees have been announced. I gotta do that video, and then late Thursday night, probably after, because I do have some errands to run Thursday night. I'm going out with the missus, so when it come late Thursday night, I'll do that special rant for Mania. You know, still mad about Io, Kyrie, and Asuka not being on the card. I might hold it off. I'll see until maybe after Mania, but we'll see what happens with that. Then Friday, TNA Ring of Honor review. Get you ready for SmackDown that Friday night, and maybe a video in between. We'll see what happens with that. Like I said, I might do the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame inductees video on Metal God 669. Maybe that rant. We'll see what happens with that. And then we've got SmackDown we'll do on early Saturday. And then we'll do predictions for Mania Night 1 and 2. I'm not going to do separately. I'm going to do Night 1 and 2 in one video on episode 111 of the Shadows Lair. So we'll get to that. So a couple videos on Saturday. Oh, we got Collision on. I forgot about Collision. Because we got Spring Breakthrough Collision tomorrow and Thursday. So I'll do on Saturday. I'll do Saturday we'll do SmackDown. Then we'll do predictions for Mania. Because I gotta do that before 6 o'clock. So Mania starts at 6. So do that. And then probably after Mania we'll do Collision. And then Sunday we'll do Night 1. We'll do Night 1 review and predict, and that's it. So we'll do the Collision review on Sunday, and then pretty much we're gonna get ready for Night 2 of WrestleMania, and then Monday afternoon, late Monday afternoon, we'll talk about Mania. Get you ready for the Raw after Mania, which is gonna be an epic show. Maybe some call-up, some NXT. Like JC Jane, maybe Sol Ruka, Ricky Starks, Ethan Page, Lola Vice, maybe, who knows? But we got that. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, we'll talk about NXT tomorrow, and that's that. But coming up after this video, I'm just gonna do Dynasty thoughts and stuff like that on my Peter Joseph channel, and then that's it. Then tomorrow, like I said, we'll talk about NXT and Rebellion, and that's it. And then get you ready for Dynamite tomorrow night. And that's that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Until next time. Peace.